Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Words for Life. My name is Stephen, and I'll be your host. This is the podcast where we look for inspiration and motivation through quotes, ideas, phrases, and people. I was talking to one of my friends the other day, Mark, and he gave me a pretty good quote that I wanted to use on this episode. So the quote goes like this: We all want to see the good in people, but some of us have that desire buried under layers of armor and scars. This quote was very interesting to me because it really spoke to the desire we all really have to see the good in people and hope for the best. But through complications and interactions with those that maybe didn't have the best intentions, or through situations that didn't work out the best, or trust that was damaged in various ways, it's difficult to continue to have that view and want to see the good in people because it is, as he said, buried under all those scars and the armor that we built up to protect ourselves. Seeing the good in people can be a challenge because it does require trust and vulnerability. When we go and make ourselves vulnerable to a situation or to a person, we're exposing ourselves. We're, like I said, making ourselves vulnerable, which can lead to harm. Now, the hope is that the person that you are being vulnerable with, or the situation that you are being vulnerable in, is going to benefit you in some way or benefit collectively the group that's in that situation. And that's the ultimate purpose, is that we all get better together. We all help each other because all people, when they work together, can do amazing things. Unfortunately, there are those that don't always think that way, and there's a lot of selfishness that comes into play that makes having that insight of goodness in people very challenging. One thing to keep in mind about this is that the past, although history can predict the future if we don't learn from it, it doesn't mean that it's always going to happen again. Every new experience can be just that, a new experience. But if you don't learn from the past experiences, not hold on to them, but learn from them, they can repeat themselves. Maybe the last time you exposed yourself and made yourself vulnerable too soon, or you didn't quite understand what the other person's intentions were. It happens. We live and we learn. But to allow those previous situations to paint all your future worldviews really limits your own ability to succeed and grow as an individual. The more we throw up our armor and really try and protect ourselves from those who really may have good intentions and be those good people, it's missed opportunities. It's areas in our lives where we could have improved, but due to the fear, and a lot of it does come from fear of being exposed or hurt again, makes it difficult. Unfortunately, there are those in life that have encountered that multiple times through no fault of their own. I think in their cases, there are cases where people don't learn from their past mistakes and continue to get into a vicious cycle of exposing themselves and getting hurt, but that usually goes back to not learning from the situation and how it evolved and occurred. In other cases, it is just a matter of bad grace or bad luck where they've run into a series of people that are not having the best intentions for others. I think Jim Rohn had said is that there's only about 10 people in the world who are truly out to like hurt other people or get in the way of other people. And if you've already met one of them, well, you've only got 9 left. Obviously, this is a joke, but the idea is that majority of people do want to see the good, but it goes back to, are the motivations aligned? Are the interests aligned? And it might not be that they are trying to harm or do harm to other people, but their interests or self-protection interests might be stronger than those of the group or the collaborative or the other person. So think about instances in your life where you've had to build up your armor and you develop those scars from the non good people causing harm in your own life or your own situations or events. And take a moment, recognize them probably for what they were. They were situations in time that you've learned from and you've grown from, and try and move forward with still continuing to see the good in people, as there is a lot of good in the world. And we see it as people go and try and help others through tough times. We have people who go and help those who've encountered natural disasters during hurricanes or tornadoes. They go out of their way to volunteer. We have volunteers who go to soup kitchens. We have people who reach out even within the workplace when they see people struggling to try and assist. Even the small things show that good in people. So look for those things in your daily life through others. And it might even be the smallest hint of somebody seeing an instant message that says, "Hey, how you doing today?" Checking in on a person, making sure they're okay. That shows the good, and it shows that initiative for people to want to help and be good to others. So look at those areas in your life and try and seek out and find those good things in people, and recognize that yes, there are those out there that have harmed you in the past, or a situation has not been the most beneficial to you. But take that as a learning opportunity, and still do expect the good in people, because there are a lot of people in the world and there's a lot of good in the world. If you have situations in your own life where you have turned your perspective around to see the good in people, even though you have been harmed, I mean, Viktor Frankl is a perfect example of this, being in a Nazi concentration camp. So it is possible, but it's really important to make sure that we make a conscious effort to see the good in people, not be naive, but see the good in people and recognize that there is good there. If you have examples of where you have turned your perspective around and started to see the good in people again after being harmed, broken trust, whatever might be the case, let me know. I would love to hear about it so I can share that inspirational story with others and have others learn from your experience. The more we learn from each other, the better off we'll be. If you feel you have trouble in some areas of your life that you would like assistance with, either performing at a higher level or trying to understand the goals of your own life and how they might relate to maybe seeing the good in other people, please reach out to me at my coaching website. I have it listed below in the description. I'd be more than happy to set up a consultation with you and talk through what I might be able to do, or if someone else I might be able to refer you to that would be more aligned with the goals or interests that you have. I do want to thank you for joining me on this episode of Words for Life. Again, my name is Stephen. Thank you, and have a great day.